Ruben Amorim calls out Onana for blunder in Man United defeat to Brighton. Ruben Amorim has called out Onana for his howler against Brighton, urging the Manchester United goalkeeper to maintain focus. The Red Devils suffered an embarrassing 3-1 home defeat to the Seagulls at Old Trafford on Sunday. A result leaves them 13th in the Premier League. Amorim has been left furious at the result, describing his underperforming side as the worst team maybe in the history of Manchester United. Onana made a miserable goalkeeping error for Brighton's third goal, inexplicably pushing a tame cross into the path of Jorginho Rutter, an incident which United head coach Amorim was asked about post-match. "It's like the team Onana's error ups and downs," Amorim said. "Really up sometimes, and then really low downs. We have to maintain our focus during all the games to try and win games. That is the only way we can turn things around." Speaking more generally about United's 3-1 loss, an angry Amorim added, "In 10 games in the Premier League, we won 2. Imagine what this is for a fan of Manchester United. Imagine what this is for me. So we are getting a new coach that is losing more than the last coach. I have full knowledge of that. Like I said, I'm not going to change, no matter what. I know we can succeed, but we need to survive this moment. Because I'm not naive and I know that we need to survive now. We are being the worst team maybe in the history of Manchester United. I know that you want headlines, but I'm saying that because we have to acknowledge that and to change that. Here you go, your headline. Sunday's result means United have suffered their 6th home Premier League defeat of the season, remarkably their most from their opening 12 home matches of a league campaign since 1893-94. But speaking to Sky Sports, Amorim doubled down on his intention not to change his style of play, amid concerns over his 3-4-3 formation. "I'm not going to change the way I see the game," Amorim said. "I'm very clear on that. The players are going to suffer, I'm sorry, the fans are going to suffer. I have one way of doing things, I know it's going to bring results. But we have to suffer in these moments." At an emotional Old Trafford following the death of club legend Denis Law, Ruben Amorim's side were hoping to continue their good form after impressive performances at Liverpool and Arsenal. It was not to be though, as Brighton got off to the perfect start when Manutd scored within 5 minutes thanks to a simple ball over the top. United rallied and got back on level terms after Joshua Zirkzee was fouled in the box and Bruno Fernandes tucked away the resulting penalty. But after the break the visitors dominated and were back in front courtesy of Kaoru Mitoma, who had teed up Minte for the opener. João Pedro had a third goal disallowed after a VAR check, but the Red Devils didn't heed the warning and soon after Jorginho Rutter sealed the win, pouncing on an Onana mistake after the keeper spilled an easy cross. And that brings to an end our live coverage of Manchester United's Premier League clash with Brighton. Ruben Amorim's Red Devils are next in action on Thursday as they host Rangers in a Europa League Battle of Britain. After that, they travel to Fulham next Sunday. Brighton had 6 shots, 3 on target and scored them all. United had 10 shots, 1 on target and scored it. Not a good day for either goalkeeper, but Onana will get a lot of flack for the Seagulls' third goal. Both Southampton and Tottenham fought back in their games, but Nottingham Forest and Everton hold on to win 3-2. The results mean United are 13th in the table, 10 points above the relegation zone. Brighton move up to 9th, just 4 points off the Champions League places. Manchester United 1-3. Brighton and Hove Albion player ratings. Manchester United suffered a 3-1 defeat at the hands of Brighton and Hove Albion. Here are our player ratings from the game. Onana 1 could have done slightly better for Brighton's first 2 goals. Got a hand, albeit not strong enough, to Yankuba Minte's strike. Didn't come out to claim the cross for Kaoru Mitoma's goal, which restored Brighton's lead. Made an extremely costly howler, which saw him spill the ball into the path of Jorginho Rutter. Matthijs de Ligt 6 did his job on the right of the 3-man defense. Really aggressive, and his passing out from the back was also good. Made a top clearance towards the end of the opening 45 minutes. Harry Maguire 5 some shaky moments but decent overall. Not at fault for any of the 3 goals conceded. Lenny Yoro 6 improvement from the Southampton game, where he was repeatedly skinned by Kamaldeen Sulemana. Did okay in a mostly unfamiliar left side position of the back 3. Nussair Mazraoui 3 struggled against Mitoma. Lost his man for Brighton's first goal and allowed Mitoma to get the better of him for the second, which came at some personal expense as he collided with the post. Manuel Ugarte 5 struggled to get a foothold in the game early on but slightly improved as the game proceeded. Looked knackered when he came off. Kobbie Mainoo 5 a little bit better than he was last time out. Decent performance and some good contributions in possession. Diogo Dalot 6 got 1 or 2 good chances going forward but he couldn't make the most of them. Superb block to thwart Danny Welbeck just before the break. Amad Diallo 8 United's best player by a distance. It was his brilliant pressing that led to Xerxes winning the penalty, from which the hosts equalized. Constantly tomb on his man to great effect and was a danger in the opposition box. Also great defensively. One of the few United players who certainly didn't deserve to be on the losing side. Bruno Fernandes 6 converted the penalty but wasn't too involved before or after that. Joshua Xerxes 7 some fantastic hold-up play that helped United get high up the pitch. Won the penalty for his side and also had 1 or 2 sights of goal.